Hello, all you bladers. Today we're unboxing B-97 Booster Nightmare Longinus Beyblade Burst God. Nightmare Longinus going all the way back to Beyblade Burst God, which is nice because all these Super King Bays coming out are not really giving us a chance of nostalgia. So going to the back of the box, you can see the parts. There is a pretty cool gimmick to this bay, and with that being said, let's open this guy up. So first is Nightmare Longinus, which doesn't have a disc and the layer is really heavy. So first, since discs have a frame, I'm just going to show you how to put a frame on. So basically just click the frame onto this spot and click it here and towards the left. That's basically how you do it. And to take it off, click it towards the right. So anyway, talking about the details of the layer, it looks very purplish. I wish they would have kept this with the other Longinuses, and they did. They just didn't have any violet. This is more violet. The other ones are more purple-ish. I prefer violet. It has a nice dragon head in the center around it, and this little symbol in the middle. So basically, its gimmick is it starts off here when it's no clicks, and then it moves towards here until it goes here and bursts. So basically, as it gets closer and as it takes more damage, the dragon head becomes closer to this space, which creates the more weight on this contact point, giving it a lot more power. So when it finally reaches this point, there's so much weight on these two contact points that they can send the bay flying. Destroy, this is the first version of Destroy ever. It is very grayish, tealish, sparkly. It does have the spiral design. It's just basically better than spiral because of the grip, the free spinning part, more stability, more stamina, LAD, and all that. So putting the bay together, I'm not gonna do the teeth yet, but to show how the gimmick works. So basically it starts off here, right? So 1 click, 2 click. So that's 2 clicks. And then 3rd click. So 1, 2. Now, when it goes here, this is the click right before bursting. This is where the gimmick is revealed. This is where the true power is revealed. That basically it strikes from this point, it sends the bay upward, and then it hits it really hard with this metal dragon head. And because they're so close together, the bay, it can't separate. Like, if it was up here, it would hit it with this, then hit it with this, and then continue upward. Kind of like Rage, but instead, when it's at the 3rd click, it basically has 2 contact points continuously. Now, I don't really get how that's more powerful. I guess it's because there's more weight on that contact point, but personally, I think this is better just because there's continuous upper attack. Anyway, the teeth, let's talk about the teeth now. So, this is a God Bay, so it shouldn't be insanely tight. They feel pretty decent. On the 3rd click, it's not really a click that's on the 3rd click. You basically just move it forward and there's no click. I feel like that's just because of the gimmick. And then on the 4th click, the dragon head goes underneath here and it bursts. This actually looks really cool. Like the dragon sheathing its claws. Anyway, yeah, the teeth are pretty decent. The only thing is the 3rd click is pretty weak. Let's actually put the bay together now, fully assemble it, and zoom out a bit. So this is Nightmare Longinus Destroy Dash. It has no disc, but you can put a frame on it if you want. It's a very cool bay. It is very powerful. It has a pretty good amount of LAD. This is basically the downgraded version of Rage because it has Destroy Dash, and its layer is like basically Rage, but downgraded, which is what it should be because Nightmare Longinus. The last time we saw Louis Shirosagi before Rage is Brutal Luinor, and Brutal Luinor, it kind of sucked, and it didn't really match Longinus's design. So this is basically the last powerful version of Louis Shirosagi that we saw. And then now we see Rage Longinus, which is basically an upgrade to this. Kind of like Mirage is basically an upgrade to Drain Fafnir, except it has counter mode. So let's actually do the weighing and then do a test spin. The layer, 36 grams. That's like the full weight of like a dual layer bay. And Destroy is about 6 grams. Putting it together, this should be pretty heavy. It is 43 grams. That's not that heavy, actually. To be fair, it doesn't have a disc, and they can't make the layer insanely heavier. That's just way too unfair. So I guess 43 is pretty good, especially considering how much metal there is on this guy and how wide the layer is. Personally, even though its third click is pretty weak, I don't think it'll burst that much because there is no disc to make contact with. The layer and the disc are together, so it's a lot harder to move. Let's do a test spin now. Okay, so first let's do an angled launch. So with an angled launch, it does a sort of flower pattern. It's not super fast, which is good about Destroy. You know, Destroy is like a mixture of attack and stamina. And with a highly aggressive layer like Nightmare Longinus, doesn't really need a better driver. I feel like this is good for Nightmare because the layer is so big and aggressive that if you have Destroy, it has enough stamina as well. Let's see how fast this guy can ride around the ridge. And since it's pretty light, I think it's gonna go around pretty fast. Yeah, that's faster than Destroy usually is. I feel like that's just because these newer bays are a lot heavier. So, Nightmare Longinus, not looking too shabby. As soon as we unbox actual good bays, like Legend Spriggan and Twin Nemesis and Berserk Rocktavor, well, Alter Cognite is good. It's just Nightmare would probably win just because of lag. So anyway, we'll definitely be doing some battles with Nightmare. Maybe even against some turbo bays because of how good it is. Maybe like Z Achilles and like Legend Spriggan, you know, those will be cool battles. We might do some full potential battles and stuff. So Nightmare Longinus, pretty cool bay. It's nice to go back to the God era battles, which we will definitely be doing more of on this channel since the Sparking bays are coming out. It's nice to get a taste of nostalgia, so thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, leave your comments and requests, and peace out. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, hit that like button, share the video, and until then, have fun and keep on blading.